Hello, welcome to session number session four for our implementation of the business in a box. Now, I'm just staying here in this little tiny corner today, and we are going straight into it because I'm running late, and we're all crossing our fingers and toes that where we left off yesterday, we will be able to continue right through to the end of the business in a box. Now, before I do move into that, I just wanted to also let you know that we will be running a full potential 6-hour session. Hopefully it's done in 6-hour session next Thursday. And the time for that is, let me just get my little calendar up here for you. The time for that in the right calendar is, let's turn off all of these, next week from 8 a.m. Melbourne time through to 3 p.m. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. 7 hours I've blocked out to record the complete implementation of the business in a box. So that'll be happening on Thursday the 20th from 8 a.m. And if you're in another part of the world, I'll give you a quick little, your neck of the woods is 8 a.m. Melbourne time is 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. It will be a live recording which we will then take and chop up into a million little pieces for those people who want to implement the business in the box themselves. It is not the standard click along where I will stop and wait for you to catch up. It will be me clicking so that when you watch it back later, you can pause and watch it in sections. But for those who already have a business in a box, I would recommend just listening and watching it a few times so that you get a clear understanding of how the thing works, all the work we did for you if we've built it for you, so that it will help you to be able to utilize and use it better. As Tony Robbins says, the RIM for those people who want to be successful: repetition, immersion, and modeling a proven practice. So with that said, let's head on over now to finish off where we left off in Marika's account yesterday. So we were working on the heart of the business. I should change this automation logo to a heart because it really is the beating heart that brings everything together. Yesterday with Marika, we worked through, and Marika, you are on sound today, so you can talk to me as well. We did all of this lead generation. You just had to check your emails. We set up all of this, and you just had to go in and automate read your emails in this one. Then we left, and here we are today. So this is a long-term nurture. Now, with the long-term nurture, this is one of the best features that you will find that we have inside of the business in a box. To purchase this on our website is, let me show you, just this alone at OmniSAM store. To have this turned on and customized for you would be, let me find it because I can't remember the price. Oh, where are you hiding? I should read the words here. Done for you. 2 years of niche specific emails. So in this, if you were to come to omnisam.com.au/store, you will see all the different niches that we have written. Oh, you can't see the pop-up, but there's a lot, okay? A lot of different niches that you can choose from for 96 evergreen emails. They are written for your niche. They go over 2 years. They will come custom branded with your logos, color. And if there is not a niche in there, we can actually, or you're not happy with what you get, you can actually ask for a special one written just for you. So, our copywriter will do it, we'll brand it, and we will automate it. But as part of the Business in a Box, when you join the elite program, you get given the Business in a Box. And here is the trigger. Every single time a brand new contact is created in OmniSAM, it adds them into this workflow. Then it checks that the file that was added has an email address. Now, if it doesn't, they are going to get a notification to update their email address. But if they don't have, it will hold them here until there is an email address. Then once there's an email address, the first time through, they'll get set to year 1. So they're at year 1 of the emails. Then there is a decision diamond here that says, what is the current month? So it is currently March. So if somebody was to be put into this today, they would drop in the March branch. Then each branch, so they would head down March, and here is where they go into the March workflow, right? And then the go-to moves them from March to here, and it will wait 365 days before it drops them down into the 2-year nurture. So what will happen is on the first year, they will go March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and they will get put back into January, February, and then this will clock over and drop them into year 2. Then at year 2, the same thing occurs. They will move from year 2 into year 2 emails. So this, you don't have to do anything. We have done all the work. So we're just going to publish and save. Then what you do is go to the current month, right? We don't expect you to read and approve every month, right? In one sitting. What I recommend you do is go into the current month, and you will see it will set the end date for the month. And then the decision diamond will have a look. Are they in year 1 or year 2? And if they're in year 1, they will drop down here. It'll wait for 28 days before the end of the month, and it will send email 1. Then 21 days before, then in the 21 day, we do, if you have connected, we do send them a text message just to say hi once a month. And it just says, hi, it's from the name, anything we can help you with. Now, here's an option for you, and also for you, Marika, is rather than just having this generic hi, what you could do is you could check what's written in this email, and if you want to, then change this text message to say, hi, it's Marika from Name of Business. Just wanted to let you know that our weekly tip email has just landed in your inbox about, and then you tell them what it's about. But if you don't want to, you don't have to, but it just kind of takes them from your text message to go check their email. And at least you're landing in there with a little bit of value. Now, we haven't customized those text messages for you unless you, like if we're building for you and you would like us to do that, we certainly will. Otherwise, we leave them just as like a nice little follow-up, okay? But I would recommend, if that's something, if you're building for yourself, just reference whatever email lands that week. And we only do it once a month. Let them know about that one weekly email. So that, I'm not going to go into the emails just yet because I want to continue talking to you about this workflow. So that'll continue through. Now you'll see here, the last email says wait 7 days before. Then it sends the final, so before the end of the month. It then sends email 4. Now here's the thing, if you are going month to month, so setting yourself a reminder to go and write April emails, you must have the workflow turned on. I wouldn't risk it. I would do it, set a reminder 10 days before the month to have the next month turned on and activated, because that way they don't get hung up. If they go into this and they don't get added to April because April has not been published over here, they'll get stuck, right? And we'll have to manually figure things out and move them. So it is really important that the next month is turned on, and I would definitely recommend setting a reminder for 10 days before the end of the month. Okay. Now, also, even though you've got 2 years of emails in here, honestly, just get the whole 2 years done, and then you never have to go back. This will run on autopilot for years. Now, you need to bear in mind these emails are evergreen, so do not put things in them that will date, such as prices, or if you think something that you're using will change in years to come. So like mapping out the structure of a course that's currently available, I can promise you in 5 years' time is going to look real different, right? So keep it evergreen, which means if I send it today or in 5 years' time, it's still going to be relevant. Okay, so that's really important with the long-term nurture. Now, this is what I recommend you do when it comes to modifying and editing your long-term nurture. One, if you have a niche specific one, then really it's just reading it and making sure you're happy with it and checking its branding. If you are having, if you've bought a generic one and you're writing your own, that's fine, right? We've got a whole section for those who want to write their own with prompts and templates to give you for evergreen. And that actually will be another lesson, another day for the long-term nurture for those people who want to write their own. But for now, we're going to look at Marika's. So we don't really need to change anything in here if you are going to proceed with what is in the email. So when you click, I'm going to give you 2 options here. So just pay attention closely for a minute if you're multitasking. There are 2 ways to edit these emails. One is here inside the workflow, okay? The second one is, if I just come back to, actually, let me just load this account and show you the other place to edit the emails. So you've got 2 places. It just depends on you and how you prefer to do it. Also, I'm going to give you a strategy that I use so I know when something has been edited. And there is a reason why you may want to use the second option as well, and I'll get to that for you. So let's start with the first option. You come into the email in the workflow, and you'll see here it says templates, and it's March year 1, week 1 template. And when I click on edit right here, you will see there is information, excuse me, information in here that we've written for you. Now, up the top, Marika, have we got your logo? Why is your logo not loading? Let's just go upload. Let's double check your custom values just to make sure. One moment, please. So I've just got to go to your custom values and just get your logo URL. Now, like I all said, I told you on Thursday, next Thursday, or potentially your Wednesday, I'm doing another click by click business in a box, more for the course, because as I've been building this one, I'm seeing little things that I'm like, oh, yeah, that could be better. So I'm improving the master. So we can see Marika's got a logo here. So if I come down to her custom values and we come to her folder in branding, we have business logo, custom values, business logo. So we're going to copy that. And then we're going to come back here and paste. Aha. And that should bring in the logo. If not, I'm going to go to the logo. Brand assets, logos. Yeah, two, they're all tiny. All right, we're just going to grab that one, undo the squish here, and then let's make it, hey, we don't want that. We've got to, on here, you've got to actually resize it here. All right, so there's the logo at the top. Now at the footer, we're going to change the footer color. So we're going to go and get Marika's color. I think we've been using this one. Now in the bottom of the footer here, Marika, it's got location, phone and address, city, state, and postcode. You may not want all of that information in the footer of your email. Can you tell me, you would probably want like the city or the state or the country. What would you like in that footer?
Is it okay for the emails just to use Melbourne, Australia?
Yep.
So they don't know exactly where I live?
Yeah, that's right. So we can just write Melbourne, because that's what I do. I do Melbourne, Sydney, Australia, right? So we can just type it in, Melbourne, Australia, and just says location. Let's do that instead of our mailing address. Location, Melbourne, and also we can put website, right? And your website is, and again, we'll go to custom values so we don't have to look that one up. We're going to go back to general and grab your domain, and then we'll pop that, oops, wrong place, in the footer. Is there anything else? So this will have copyright and the year, and then your known as business name. So if we check custom values, your known as business name is just your name. Is there anything else you would like in the footer? We can also include social icons for you as well. So we can drop those in and we can link to your socials. Would you like that as well, Marika?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Can I have the black and white ones?
Yes, that's it. We will turn them into, let me see if I can change the color. It's not going to let the font. It's black, grey, white. There we go. So it matches. Now, out of all of these, which ones do we have? So we've got Facebook, of course. So we can now go in here, go to custom values, and we should probably create, I don't think we've got them in here. Haha, Sally's just thought of something else to add. We should create a custom values for social media links, right? So, Marika, if you could please go to all your social medias and get your URLs for me and pop them into the the word I'm looking for is the Zoom chat, please. So social media, I always call a stage 3 because we're nurturing people who already follow us. And social media links. And then in here, I'm going to create, I'm just looking for the Zoom chat as well while I'm at it. Somebody we want to share to the Zoom room. Let me do that for you as well. There we go. That should help you. Hopefully it doesn't mess up what I'm trying to do over here. And I need the chat as well. Where is my chat window? Breakout, disable, hide, floating. There we go. Chat. Where are you hiding? There you are. Okay. So Marika's grabbing all of her links. So the first one she's given me. So what I'm going to do is do social media at the start. So when I'm looking for the custom values, I know that it's a social media link. And then I'm writing linked in. And then I'm going to paste in the LinkedIn URL like that. And I'm going to copy the word social media and create. And then I'm going to create another value called TikTok. You're better than me. I don't use it. Way better than me. All right. And then we'll pop that one in and copy that so I don't have to type it again and create. And then we will go new custom value, social media, X, and paste and create. Now, do you have, she's still going. Excellent. So we've got now Facebook, and this one I'm going to check is a business page. No, we're at the wrong place, Marika. Wrong link.
Okay, can I later convert them into the business?
All right. So I'm going to go to Facebook for you to see if this, I've got to log in because I just cleared my cache. Give me one moment. That is not this one here. I believe is now, hey, I don't want that. Go back. I think it's Sally at Team Sparkle now because I got locked out from Facebook. They don't like me anymore. I had to create a new account. So let's see if this is the new account that I created.
Okay, the Facebook is the business one.
Yes. So whatever you've given me isn't taking me to your business page. So I've got to log in, see? So no, it probably is, but I've got to log in. That's what it is. So just give me 1 sec while I work out how to get into this thing. And it says it's sending me a code to my iPhone. All right, let's check my iPhone. Here it is. Oh, okay, I've got to log in, do I? I've got to go to Facebook. All right, go to Facebook and say, yes, it's me. Logging in. And come on, Facebook on my phone. Okay. We sent you a notification to your iPhone. Check your Facebook notifications. There will be an approved to log in notification. No, there is not. No, there is not. All right, let's try another way. That'll be better. Send it to my phone. Let me get that. And it says WhatsApp. All right, let's do that. And the number is 184-127. All right, here we go. Let's hope this is the correct account and all those URLs are coming in. Yes, that's me. All right, so we're in now. I'll click your Facebook page and that should take me where I need to go. Nope, it is not. Let's get rid of this UTM parameter on the end and see if that fixes it. No, it does not. All right. So, Marika, let's try search for you by name so I can try and find you. And I don't want to be in the business suite. I want to be in Facebook. All right. So I'm going to search for you. Is it under your name, Marika?
Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So I see a profile here and it looks like you're certified on this profile.
Yeah, you need to look for one Maria dash underneath underscore Bizarre, I think.
Okay, so this is your profile and
Yeah,
that is not your business. So I'm going to take this name. I'm going to search here and then I'm going to say pages.
Not
and
that one. Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We need a logo here, my love.
Yeah, I'm working on it, darling. I'm working on
All
it.
right. So I can't do anything to help you, but you will need to fix the URL, right? So come into a tech session and ask how to fix your profile, your business page URL, because yeah, it could definitely be better. I'm just looking. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use the one you've got and we can always go and change that later. So I'm going to pop that in to custom value. So create a new custom value and we go social media and I'll go Facebook and page and I'll put the link there and create. Now the other one I'll also grab is your profile one, just in case you ever need. Now this is your master one for your profile. And I'm also going to add that into the custom value because you never know when you may want to just send that as well. So social media, Facebook, profile, and paste and create. And the other one I've got here looks like it is linked in. We're just going to clean up this and take the UTM parameter off. Copy. And of course, we've got to sign in because we're kicked out. Oh, look, I did. This is what happens when you reset your cache. I cleared my cache this morning. So we're going to be logging into all the things.
Sally,
Yes.
could you at the first glance check for me, is this a business profile? Because I haven't been here for a very long time and I'm going to go back and fix everything.
Yes. It is not a business profile. So you can create for me, this doesn't look like a business profile. No, because it's a human. So you can create, if I just show you very quickly, because we need to continue doing, but can you see I've got all of these other company down here? Yeah. So when you log in, your profile will be at the top. Right? And see how it looks like a profile. Then if I scroll, you'll see at the top here, I've put links. I believe these will take you to the places I've worked. And then here, this is the actual business page. So you can see when I come in here on the business page, it looks very different for you down the side here, right? That's when you know you're in the business page because you've got this stuff down the side versus the profile. But then I believe, look, I'm not You want to know more about LinkedIn? John is in. Okay, he is our LinkedIn guru. So let's have a look. Yes, John's session is this week at 8 o'clock. He is the LinkedIn and direct marketing guru. For the elites, come to that session, bring your profile, and he will help you to review it and improve it. He's got a formula for that for you. All right. So I've got X, TikTok, a LinkedIn, Facebook profile and page. Woo! And she's also got a YouTube. So let's do that. Social media, YouTube, and paste and create. All right. So now all our custom value social media links are there. So coming back, I've got it. Oh, I didn't save, I bet you. Save as you go, save as you go. Because now it's not saved. Upload, brand assets, logo, remove, delete, and make it smaller. Just like that. And then, yes, we didn't because we messed that up. Let's go choose Marika's colors. Let's change this to location and put Melbourne, Australia. And website. Actually, we don't even need to do that because I'm pretty sure the social icons may also have a website one. So we've done that. We're now, just to play it safe. So as we're editing and saving, this is saving that master template that I'm going to show you where you can access them shortly. But I'll finish editing this version first. And then I'm going to show you, for those who will be getting the upgrade of this version, when I run it next Thursday, it'll be much easier because I won't have all of these custom colors will automatically update. All right, so in Facebook, we go down to custom values and we put it in social media links, and then we choose Facebook page, right? And then you wanted them to be in white, and it's just the icon. You can do icon and see text with it. You probably don't want that, but I'll just double check. Do you want it with text as well, or do you prefer it just with the icons, Marika?
It looks beautiful with text.
You like it with text? Excellent. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. So Facebook, Instagram. So that one's done. All devices, yes. Fabulous. All right, so that one's done. Now we're going to do Instagram. Again, we're going to come down to custom values, go to social media links, click LinkedIn, and then go back. Next, we've got X. So again, on X, we're going to come down to custom values, social media links, X. Now, the next one we don't have Pinterest, so we'll remove. We have LinkedIn, and we come down to custom values and social media and LinkedIn and back, and we can add. And what else are we missing? Did we do TikTok? No, let's do TikTok. And custom value and social and TikTok. And the other one I saw was YouTube and custom value and social and YouTube. And then finally, we're going to do website and contact custom values, and they go in general, and it is a domain and back. All right. So Marika, what order do you want these in? I've got I'll probably put website first.
Yeah.
Your Facebook, Instagram. You tell me what order. I'm just moving
Yeah.
things.
So website, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok.
YouTube,
They are
TikTok.
beautiful in the top.
Yeah. Then LinkedIn and X.
Yeah, can I have LinkedIn after Instagram?
Yep.
And then X?
Yep. Facebook.
And then
Yep.
Yeah, and then TikTok last.
And TikTok last. Nice. All right. So now we can see how they're going to be positioned on the page. So,
just remove the
well, we can make the font smaller here as well. And the space between smaller, but that's as small as it's going to go.
Yeah, that's okay.
You prefer that?
Take the text out.
Take the text out, or then we can make these little guys bigger.
Yeah. Thank you, Sally.
That's okay.
I love I love your virtual patience. I really, really.
Oh, thank you, honey.
All the time.
All right. And another thing that I like to do on this text, you don't have to, but if you can, just choose your own font, right? Now, Marika, because I'm building this for you, could you please tell me if you like what's written in this email? So just have a quick read while I just figure out where I go to change the background. Color. We don't need border, background color.
Yes, love it, Sally.
You love it? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to sign off. It says, wishing you a day filled with positivity. And then it will say name and your name again. So what I'll do, because your business name and your name is the same, I'll just put your name in there. Another thing is it's really nice to put, have you ever wondered why some people, so we could just start with hi and insert their name. So we're going to come here and go add contacts, first name. All right. So what we've done now is Marika's approved the copy. Okay. The connect with me link goes to the call page. Now, I do not believe that exists. Let me just check. Let's go to custom values, because we actually want the calendar page. Let's go custom values so that it kicks off, and appointments, and we want to send them to, that's the calendar intro call. No, I want them to go to the 9-step follow-up squeeze form, which is actually Insights under appointment pages. Come on, come on, come on. I got to remember to edit. That's what I need to do. Write a note to edit that as well. So this squeeze page, it has call request on it. So that is what needs to be in here. Call request. All right, and it will fill in their first name. Okay, and we also want it to fill in, that'll do for now, connect with me, save. And then in settings, we're also going to make the links a different color. So they stand, oh, that's not that good. Let's not do that. Let's use the blue. And then this one. Actually, I want it to stand out. So we're going to use a good blue. There we go. Connect with me. All right. So now this has been done. We've got a link and it says hello. It's got your logo and your background color. Now that we've set this up, remember the saved things that we did for footers and headers? We can also do that for these elements. So as we move through each of the templates, we do not have to remake this in exactly the same size. So I'm just going to click here and click save. And then it's going to pop up over here and I'm going to rename this to email logo header because that's where it goes. Then at the bottom here, this footer, I'm going to click here and I'm going to save. And then in the saved items, I'm going to rename and write email footer. And then that will live in the background and we can drag that in and replace it in upcoming emails. So now we click save and that has updated the master email as well. So the main template. Now, if you are editing them and liking them in this format, that's good. What happens here is, see your subject line that's up here? This is being created for this actual email. Now, you can change this subject line right in here, but if you want to do it at the source, this is the other place you can go to edit emails that I was saying I was going to show you next. So the place is, we come into marketing, we come into email templates, and you will see that there's a folder here for all the months. And in the month of March, you will see that email March year 1, week 1, and you'll see this time was the time that I just updated it. So if we come in via the email template and not via the workflow, what you can also do is up the top here next to the save button, there are 3 dots. You click on that and then you come down to settings. Then at this settings location is where we can change the subject line, right? So maybe we put a little emoji on here of somebody like a strong unlock your potential, right? So like a muscle here, right? Unlock your potential at the front. But also preview text can help with the open rate. So what it will normally do, if you don't put anything in here, it'll pull the first sentence and put it in here, okay? But if you want to create a better hook, you can, right? Let's just do this so that I can show you what happens on the other side. Unleash your potential, the transformation power of positive affirmations. And then, ever wondered why some people radiate positivity, right here? And we might also just save that as you go, Sally, save as you go. Put their name in there so they also see their name in the preview text. So name, comma, ever wondered why some people radiate positivity. All right. So here's the thing. When I've edited an email, and this is recommended for you so you don't lose track of what you have done. For the actual email template itself, when you're happy, you've done all your copy, you've changed your colors, you're happy with what it looks like, you come here and you can add something in this name that lets you know it's done. So what I do is I just put a little green emoji tick. So I know in this template, I'm done. Okay. And then I save. So that's the first place I put a tick, on the template itself. Because then, say I walk away and come back and I can't remember which templates I've done, I can see. I've totally approved that one. Then the other place that I do is in the workflow. So if you've edited your templates under the marketing email templates area, because you want to be able to change the subject line and the preview line, you also need to come through here and just check this is all up to date. The send name, and you can see here the subject line is wrong. So what I would do is just kind of choose another template, and then I would come back and I'm looking for March and I'm looking for year 1, week 1. Now, if I click that, it's changed. Oh, what did I not publish? May not have published the template properly. It's supposed to, it would normally put the little thing in there, the little strong. Oh, I haven't refreshed the screen. That's why. Because you normally wouldn't come in here straight away. So let's see if it does it. I know I'm off in a bit of a tangent here, but I'm trying to show you the system, because with the system, it allows you to know where. I love a good system and process. So I don't want to move on to the next step until I can show you this. I did not reboot my computer, and you do not want to see how many windows I've got open right now, because I had 4 meetings yesterday and I still haven't typed up all my notes from yesterday's meetings, which means I cannot close the windows until I do. All right, so let's come back in here to year 1 email, and you can see now, right, that March has that green tick on it, see? And see that extra additional thing I did in the subject line? That has now changed. So, yes, the template is done. Now I have checked the custom values, the subject line. I'm happy with that. Then up here in the action name, I also add a tick. Now I can't paste a tick, so let me just go and grab a tick from somewhere else. It won't let me open emojis in there. You can do anything, you could put a star, a plus, or whatever. I just like using the tick because it makes me feel good. And then I click save, and now I can see this workflow item is also checked. Okay? So now let's move on to email 2, and we're going to just edit in here, okay? To keep it nice and simple, because I've got a feeling Marika is going to love what we've written anyway, and she will probably approve. So now I don't have to worry about replacing this logo because I saved it before. So I just bring that one in and I delete that one. The bottom I don't need to do because I've done it before. I just bring that one in and I delete this one. Now, some of you who have the new one, it might just do that automatically, but most of you are probably still going to edit some of the words down here. So you will have to. There is no global save in an email like there is on a landing page. So we will check, right, the copy, get Marika to tell me if you're happy. Have a quick read, Marika. And I'm going to check this link is what I want it to be, which is call.request. Please, I've got to remember to go back and do that. QUS. And the background color we need under elements, appearances, button, no, not button, background, Marika's off white color, and link blue. Should have done that first. Okay. How does it sound, Marika? I mean, I know I've been clicking around in here, but are you pretty okay? You can always come back. You actually have to come back and check these. These are the one thing that I will not be reading all of them for you. I'll write them originally, which I've done here, but I will not be rereading them. That is your job to go through.
Awesome, Sally.
Okay.
I love it.
You love that one?
Go back and change just the
Slight words, that's fine. So
my niche, and it's just gonna be beautiful.
Awesome. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click save, but because you want to come in and change a few things, I'm not going to put the tick on this email because it is not finished. Okay?
Actually, just put the tick on it. It's okay.
You sure?
You can stay this way. It's just if I go ahead with the marketing of emotional fitness, then instead of mindfulness, I will just put emotional fitness. But mindfulness is
still good? Yeah. Okay, cool. So I will tick that then. Now, if I take you back into the templates, you'll notice if I refresh this screen, the template will now have the tick on it as well. I'll give that a second to load. So now I close this and now I check. Am I happy with the subject line? So remember, I can still change this subject line here, but if I want to change it at the template level, I must go into the template. And there'll be no preview line in the template. But I'm just going to say this is good. I'll put a tick in it and save. Now, if you have a text, which I don't believe you do anyway, Marika, like I said, you can come into here and you can edit the text, but you don't have the text. But if you eventually decide to do it, again, you can come in here and if you're happy, put a tick on it. Now, these little ticks, I recommend you do this for all, as you're working through all of these workflows. Then when you're happy with March, you will turn this from draft to published. Now, I'm just going to get you to the point with these emails so I can show you how to add, and then you're going to have a deadline, Marika, to get April done. Okay? So I'm going to quickly whip through and edit the rest of year 1 just with those updates that I did for you. So I'm just going to change the background color. I'm going to change the link color. I'm going to add the logo at the top and remove that one. I'm going to add your footer at the bottom. Oops, at the bottom, not at the top. I'll just delete it and do it again. Grab that at the bottom. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to change your typography to your color. I'm going to put hi, insert, contact, first name, so that it greets them. And then I'm sure you'll be happy with this because it really is niched for you. That's why we gave you this series. So I'll put the tick. I'll remove because it's the same name there and save. Then I will come out of here, check all of this. I'm happy with the subject line. I'm happy with that. I'm going to add the tick and save. And then finally, let's just do the final week. I'm going to put the tick. Actually, no, follow your own rules, Sally. Do not put the tick on until you're done because you may get called away. So add that and delete that. Come to the bottom, delete that and add that. Change the background color to Marika's off color there. Also, come to the link and add a blue and delete that off the bottom. Check if there's any links. Now, we don't put links in every email. And another thing you can do as well is if you've got blog post, when you're writing these, and this whole, actually, it's a whole lesson about long-term email nurtures. So let's just turn on the functionality of this. So hi and insert contact's first name. And the other thing was we changed the color of the typeface. So as you can see, if there's no changes, it's a very simple way to go through and update that. And then I'm happy with the email. Now I can put tick. And then I close that out once it's saved. And I read, am I happy? Now it is not spring. Embrace the sprees season because it's in Australia. So we are heading into, let's just check this copy. As spring blossoms around us. Okay, so this needs to change. And we're moving into autumn, summer. Yeah, summer. We're in autumn. So you could use, Chloe. You've got Chloe Marika? No? Okay. You're an elite. Yeah. So, okay. So we have a copywriting AI that I have written. I'm just going to, I've got to sign in. Hang on.
Okay, I said Mira.
Oh, you've got Mira. Okay. You will meet Chloe today when we do copywriting at 11. Okay. Just bear with me while I log in. I think this is the account. I'm not sure. Oh, of course, there is an ortho. Where is the? Here it is. So. Please be the right one. Oops, something went wrong. Of course it did. Try again. It's very annoying when you clear your cache, right? Send me a number.
Does all the start website disappear as well when you clear the cache?
Anything, this is the wrong one. So anything that you, like your logins, your cookies, all of that, depends what you clear as well, right? I just clear everything when I need to. So maybe it's under this one. Okay, let's try. I've got to go. It's because we just, the reason why I had to clear it today was because we were creating a link for somebody's domain and it wasn't propagating. So I had to clear my cache to see if it was a cache issue. The more design work you do in the area I am, you're constantly clearing because you're jumping in and out of everybody's profiles. All right. So for this, I would say I have an email and it refers to spring. However, this email was written for the northern hemisphere and we are in the southern. Can you rewrite with that in mind?
You could also put.
Yep. Stop. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I just had an idea. You could convert the email so it applies to everybody. You could just say in both emotional seasons.
Okay. All right, so we can do that. So I have an email that refers to spring. However, I want this email written generic. So it refers to seasons emotional seasons instead of spring. Now, what I'm showing you right now is not how I recommend you use Chloe, okay? Chloe needs to have some things done to her first, but I'm just doing it so we can quickly change it. Hopefully it'll keep it fairly similar, but I would not recommend that you do it this way without educating her using the prompts that we teach you to use before using Chloe. But hopefully it'll just come out with something that I can at least turn this workflow on, and you can go back and change it if you need to. All right, so
I love what you wrote on the beginning.
you loved it? Excellent. All right, so I'm just going to leave that as is. Just throw that in there. Okay, now we can put a tick on it and save and close. And then this here, the season, she advised, the subject line, a fresh start to renew. So because I really want the subject line to be updated at the master level, not just in the workflow, I'm actually going to come into the template of the email to do that. And oh, we don't want that on the screen. No, we do not. Go away. Need to be able to delete it somehow. No. All right. Sally needs to close her windows down. I would not want to count how many tabs I have open, and they're all probably working in the background too. Come on. Anyway, I'm going to stick that in there. So let's say I've updated. I will go back and update the master for you, Marika. Then I will pop in my little checkbox and click save. All right. Now this side is done, right? So and you've got 10 days before the end of the month, you must get April done. So your to-do list, Marika, will be to come in and edit year 2 of March. And then you will also set yourself a day at least 10 days before the end of the month to ensure that April is turned on. So all emails are done and April is turned on. Now, when you're done at the top here, you push draft to publish and click save. Now, if you want them to arrive on a certain day, down here, you can choose the day of delivery. So, for example, if you want to call it Tips Tuesday, right? Then you, of course, want the emails to arrive on Tips Tuesday day. So here, you will leave what we've set up for you for contact time zone, but it will send on a Tuesday sometime between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. But say Marika wants to call it Wellness Wednesday, then you would need to change it to Wednesday. And the same for everybody else who is customizing. So just to let you know, to ensure that you get them delivered on the right day. Okay, so now you can see here we have this where every brand new contact now moving forward, Marika, will automatically go into here and at the moment will get assigned to March. You have to come in and make sure April is on 10 days before, at the latest 8 days before April. Otherwise, I'll get hung up back here in March. Now, for those people who want to add people into the workflow, we're on a public live stream, so I can't show you how without going into a demo account. But I will briefly explain to you. You just go to your contacts. Let me see. I'm going to bring up the demo account. If I just come here, I can come to the demo account and show you. Now, in the demo account, there may not be the long-term nurture, but the process is the same. Okay, so these are fake records. So here under the contact records, we've got some fake records in here. What you will do is you will select all, and if you have more than 20 records, you will just click select all and it will select every record because there's only 20 records on a page. Or you can swap it to have up to 100 contact records on a page, but this is just so you select all. Now remember, if the email is missing, it's not going to drop in until it has it. So once you've selected the records, there's this little cute little robot at the top here that says add to automations. So that's what you do. You click add to automation and the little pop-up comes up. It's asking you to confirm that you want to put all of these people in, and then you click OK, and then you choose the workflow. So as you can see, I don't have the long-term nurture workflow, but you would go to the initiate long-term workflow. So you can see here, there's no workflows in here. And then at the bottom, you would add a note, and this is for tracking purposes. You would write, add existing list to long-term nurture. Okay, then this is what you will be looking for when you add, you will be looking for this one, initiate nurture month assignment. And that's it. That will put your whole list in, but moving forward, every new contact will automatically be added. So you will never have to re-add, right? There you go. That's your long-term nurture workflow all set up and ready to rock and roll. This is for you now. We will, if we're building it for you, we would go through and make sure there are links, and if we're doing the copywriting and the colors. But this one is definitely for you to finish off, Marika. Okay, next is the stage for sales and invoicing. Now, these ones are just set up for a very basic automation, which is when an invoice is sent, a note is added to the contact record. It waits 3 days. If the invoice is not accepted, so if it's not accepted, 3 days later, it's going to send a reminder, text and email. 3 days after it was due, it's going to send another text and an email. 14 days after, a text and an email. And then it's going to add a note to the file to tell you that this invoice is now 14 days past due. It will send you a text message to tell you this person's invoice is past due, and it will also send you an email to let you know that this invoice is past due. So they can be added to your accounts receivables list and you follow up with them. So you don't need to do anything in here, right? Because everything is just automated. It's a very simple, plain email that just says, invoice is overdue. Here's the link. Go make payment. So I'm just going to turn that on and save. Next, we have, when an invoice is paid. So when an invoice is paid, it's going to remove it from the sent because they don't need to be being reminded to pay your invoice. Then we send them a thank you email for paying the invoice. And because it's Marika, she just needs one of them. And also a text message to thank them for paying the invoice. So again, nothing to do here. We're just going to turn it on and save. Now, if you start having, so this is just one-off invoices that you might send out. But if you set up subscriptions, you need to think about workflows. Now, this is another reason why I've said we do not build your onboarding process. Even though the folder is here for onboarding, there's nothing in it because everybody has a different onboarding process. So you can either book a session for us to map out how to onboard, or if you're smart enough, go do, not that everyone's got their own smart in different areas. You can certainly just build your own. But think about, once somebody says yes, what are the things that you would like to happen? All right. Now, the next one here, stage 4, this is part of the sales process as well. This is the fortunes in the follow-up. Now, this is not yet finished, Marika. Okay, this is the one that I'm still finishing for next Thursday. But once finished, this is what will happen when you attempt to contact an engaged lead. It'll add a note to the file to say, ATC, you attempted to contact. It was the first attempt. It will then change their state to ATC1. Then it'll send an email and it'll say, hey, I tried to call you. Then it'll wait 3 days and send another email and say, hey, I tried to call you a few days ago. However, I wasn't able to get hold of you. When would be a good time? And if you had text messages, I would also add text messages, but I know Marika doesn't. But you could add a text message in there with pretty much the same words. And I'll just do that for you now. So I just tried to call you, add an SMS. And the message is, hello name, I tried to call you, wasn't able to get in contact with you, and then insert your name and save. And then the same thing on 3 days later. Well, we don't need an email, a text message here, just another email. And then it waits 10 minutes. And then it creates a task that says, oh, my jaw's clicking today. Come on. ATC, attempt to contact 2 reminder task due, 4 and name. And then it'll just give you their contact name, phone and email. And it says it's time for you to make the second call to try to attempt to book the call, and choose A2C trigger once you've made the call. So that's in that beautiful landing page that I gave you guys. Okay, so that will be where you will, now I'm going to build this for each of the ATCs. I haven't finished that, but that will all be available by next Thursday. This is a brand new thing. It's not brand new. It's actually a rebuild from out of my other system, so that you always are not making sure, you are not letting a single lead fall through the cracks, but also you are not letting yourself forget to call. Right? That's where most of the problem comes, and why people aren't making money is they're not doing the phone calls. They're like, I just want the emails to go out. What do you think converts better? The phone calls. You must do the calls. So in regards, we're going to do a whole training around the fortunes in the follow-up. Okay, so there's no need to worry about, what and when, because we'll do a whole training around that. But if you are doing this yourself, there is nothing you need to do in this workflow, because all of this will be set up for you. The only thing you would need to do is turn it from draft to published and click save. Now, I'm just going to save this because I'm not going to publish it. Marika, please remind me just to add to your job list that when I'm done, I'm going to push the correct one into your account. I just popped it in here for the demonstration today, but I still need to actually finish writing the automation for that one. All right, so that's your sales machine, fortunes in the follow-up. Next, as I said, your onboarding. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in your upsell, but if you ever do have different upsells, for example, maybe they've come out of a 6-week program and now you want to put them into an upsell offer to your membership program, or maybe they come into a free event and you want to upsell them to a VIP upgrade, you would build it in here, okay, to upsell them. And an upsell could potentially also be a stage 3, because sometimes the upsell is just going from free to, can you pull out your credit card and pay $1 or $4 or $10? So sometimes you've got to think, is this an upsell or just a kind of like a nurture to convert? But generally I'm thinking they've had something, whether it's free or paid, and now I want to upgrade, upsell, or move them to a new program. Okay. All right. So upsell, nothing in there. Reviews and referrals. So we've already built all the landing pages in the previous lives. This is just the automation in the back end. So currently what we have here is when an opportunity in your pipeline is moved to 1, that means you've made a sale. When an invoice is paid, you've made a sale. When you move people from any stage in the pipeline to the sold stage, see, customer 1 stage, you've made a sale. And then if you want to manually add somebody, you can add a trigger tag and it will stick them in here to request a review. Now, also, I need to do a remove tag. Tag, remove the trigger. That's the rules for trigger tags. If you don't know the rules for tags, please ask for the OmniWay rules and I will give them to you for tagging. So we're just removing the trigger review request tag. And the reason why we remove it is if you want to add it again and the tag's already on it, you can't add it again, right? So we remove it. Then it comes into this decision diamond and it says, yes, don't send a request. So on the contacts record, there is a thing that says, how would you rate us? And if it is not empty, don't send a request. Hang on, Sally, think. I don't like the words here. If it is empty, these might be the wrong way around. Let me have a look. If how would you rate us is empty, if how you would rate us is not empty, is empty. Oh, yes. Oh, not. I saw the word empty and I didn't, my dyslexic brain didn't think not means there's something in there. Silly brain. So, yes, if there's stuff in that, then we don't want to send them a request because they've already given us an answer. If there's nothing in it, then we say, yes, they've not left a review. Please send them a review option. So based off that, we have a couple of triggers here because one, we want to move them in the pipeline if you did not move them. So they come in here and if the trigger is the tag, we've added the tag, and the trigger is not the status change to 1, the pipeline change to sold, and the invoice, if it's not those, then it goes straight to request a review. But if it is one of those, that means you have not moved them to the 1 stage in the pipeline. So it will move that lead for you to customer 1. Okay, so in here, they could be living in any of these stages, and we want to make sure that they move to this customer 1 and save. Then it checks, is the invoice paid? If the invoice is paid, it goes down here and it will request a review, right? It says, thank you for working with us. Please leave a review. Click here to leave a review. If the invoice is not paid, it will sit here for 3 days and then it'll send the email giving them time to make the payment. Then it waits 5 minutes and it also sends a request and asks them to leave a review. And then here, it's just a second one to break it up, because this can end up being quite a long URL. So it sends in its own message. Then it waits a day. It asks again. It waits 3 days. It asks again. But if they hit the goal, right? So the goal is that we have added a tag to the contact, which is the review has been received. Then when that goal is hit, the workflow ends and it pulls them all the way through to the bottom of the workflow so they don't keep getting the reminders. So I'm going to just turn that on because it's good to go. Now the next review request is here. So the review survey was submitted. So at the top, they can submit the form, remember, with the little stars that segment them. And then it adds the tag that the review has been received so that it will end that other workflow. It adds a note to tell you how many stars they gave us and if there was any additional feedback. And then based off the star rating, they go into one or two things. If they give us a 5-star review, 4 or 5, we add the fact that they've given us a positive review. If they give us a 1 to 3, we put it in as a negative review. For the 5-star, we let you know that somebody's just given you a whatever number, because that'll populate, star review, and that we've asked them to leave a public review. If they give a negative review, we tell you that so that you can reach out to them. We do recommend you reach out and say, we're so sorry that we didn't live up to your expectations. We want to do better. Can you please spare 15 minutes so we can have a conversation? Okay, the only way you're going to get better is ask your people. Then after the text message telling you, 10 minutes later, we send an email to them and we thank them for their feedback. Okay. Then 3 minutes later, we send them a text message and thank them as well for their feedback. Then 1 day later, because they've given us awesome feedback, we send them an email asking, would you be open to introducing us to someone? And this is where we say, we were thinking about the feedback that you provided yesterday. Since you had a positive experience, would you be open to sharing what we do with others? If so, here, and then that will take them to that refer page that we showed you within the reviews funnel, that they can put in the name of the person they want to refer. So with that, just get rid of that one there because Marika just has one name. We can just turn that on. So that's once they've submitted the review. Now, once they've submitted the review, we now automate the attempt to contact the referral that was given. So when the referral form is submitted on that referral landing page in that funnel, we add that referral to the new lead stage in the pipeline. We put the name and include the contact referred by. Then also the opportunity source, I like to put referral. Referral. Oh, God, Sally. Let's do that. You could call them partners, affiliates, whatever you want to call them, and click save. Update contact information, which means on the brand new contact, we want to add who was the person who referred them. Also, 30 minutes later, we then send the hi email. In that, it says hi name, then the name of the referrer gave me your name as someone who might be interested in our services here at name of business. Are you open to hopping on a quick call to discuss? And then it sends them to the link for call request. And they will go into the 9-step if they don't book an appointment once going through that form. So on this one, I might actually just change this to signature, because signature, that's the one that you have on your profile in settings, will get added at the bottom. Then 2 days later, so what we're doing here is we're waiting for 2 days for the new lead to reply to the email. If they reply, great, they will fall through. But if they don't and 2 days has passed, they will then get a follow-up email. Okay, so the follow-up email is fairly similar, except it's letting them know, oh yeah, that's the trigger. It's letting them know that we're following up a second time. I'm just going to change this and put the signature in user, signature, save. And also it'll send them a text message and save. So this is the automated referral. So when you get one, I mean, you've still got to check the pipeline to see that you've got a new referral. All right. And then the next one is referral successfully converted. So when a lead moves to the status of 1 or moves into the customer 1 pipeline, it will check to see if the referred by field is empty or not. If it is not empty, which means it has a name in it, see, I remember from last time, it adds a note and it says that this contact became a customer and this person was referred by, you should thank them. That'll get added to the file. You will also get an email as well, which is exactly the same as the note that's added to the contact's record to let you know to thank them. And a task is also created for you to thank them. Now, here's the thing. I did not set up an automated email for you to thank them. I've given you a task and a reminder. Why do you think that is? Because honestly, you need to be a nice person and talk to them. Make it a real thank you. Because guess what happens if you give them a thank you and potentially give them commission? They're going to refer more people. So that tiny bit of time you spent to type a personal message to thank them is actually income producing activities, and it's valuable to make it more personal and not just generic, right? You'll know who your new customer is. You can share a little bit of what you know about that customer and how, you know, you're excited to work with them because you're going to get to help them with X, Y, Z. And, you know, similar to you, maybe referring to that person, right? Because it is automation, but remember, it comes with a heart, and you need to also be a good human, okay? And call them or write a nice thank you message. We pay our people commission, 30% and 10% for every other referral. So that's all of your referral stages set up. Now, you would have seen there was one section I wanted to show you where the referral has come in. Oh, where was it? I saw it here and I thought, you just need to know. Pipeline, 30 minutes. Where's that? Wait for 2 days for reply. This one here. If they do reply in 2 days, they actually get pulled out of this from an earlier automation that I showed you. So this attempt to contact referral. Back here, if they reply here, remember any reply, it updates this opportunity that they've responded and it will pull them out. There's another workflow that pulls them out of that automation. All right, next, list management. This one is a lot of things that you probably would never have thought about making yourself. And to be honest, there's nothing much for you to do in here. All that happens is when a contact is created, it waits 10 days and it looks to see if anything is missing on the contact's record. If it is missing the first name, the phone number, the email, right, or the first name, just variations of this, based off what is missing, it'll either send an email or a text message, depending on what is missing. And that we don't need to do. We just save and publish. If you want to go in and read, Marika, you certainly can. If we get an unsubscribe, now there are lots of ways that people might unsubscribe, and we've set them all up along the top. Then based off how they unsubscribe, puts them into what will turn on what's called the DND, which is do not disturb. Then based off how or which thing they have asked to unsubscribe with, whether it's got a phone number or not, that is also updated there. Again, nothing for you to do. We're just going to save and turn it on. Oops, let's wait for it to finish saving and go to the next one. Then when we look here, re-engaged. So and this is awesome because this used to be such a pain when somebody was taken off your list because they unsubscribed and they wanted to get back on. In a lot of CRMs, it can be a nightmare trying to get them back on. But we've built the system here. Again, nothing that you need to do. It's all just set up for you based off them doing a series of actions. Like if they book an appointment, well, they need to be put back on the list so they get reminders. If they resubscribe through any form, opt-in, lead magnet, survey or quiz, they need to be back on the list so they can get a response, right? And many other versions of that. And based off that, it'll either disable or enable the DND. So I'm just going to turn that on. And that's done. So these are workflows that we've built to help you keep a clean list. And then down here are some other things to help keep things up to date. So this is if a status changes on the contact record. So if they move to won or lost or abandoned, it adds these updates to the customer's record, moving their status. So the status is, and then it moves them to This one is 1. So actually these ones need to be fixed because they've pulled in mine. I'm going to fix that. And this one will put them into lost. So Marika, can you remind me? I've got to come in and fix these, please, in 8.01. Now the stale lead one, this is if a lead has been sitting in the new lead stage in the pipeline for 90 days, then we send them a text message to try to warm them up. And then we send them an email to ask them if they're still interested in our services. It's a nice, simple, straightforward email. And if they reply, then they'll move to engaged lead, which will pull them out of here. So that's just trying to get a response. I'm actually just thinking in there, we should make it the 9-word email. Marika, can you please write down 8.02 to change the email to a 9-word email? And I will get that sorted. Next is list at lead engaged at. So remember that stale lead workflow I took you through before? If they do any of these things like reply to any channel, book an appointment, triggered to move in a certain stage, or their status changes, we just remove them from the stale lead workflow because we don't need to re-engage. Next is when you fill in that follow-up date on the, I should probably move this to another workflow. When you fill in the follow-up date on the sales call form that I showed you, I think yesterday, it creates a task to remind you to follow up. It also creates an email to remind you to follow up. And it creates a text message to you to follow up. And another thing, let me just see if it's in the, I'm just going to double check. I don't believe it is. I think there's a few things I've added. Yeah. So another thing I like to do in this follow-up one is also send them an SMS and just say, hi, contact, first name. It is insert. Oh, hang on. Insert. User's first full name. Here. I told you I would follow up today. Here I am. How are you? Okay, so they get that text message. You will also be calling them, right? But at least if you're busy, the text message goes through and hopefully they initiate the call or reply. Next is the contact replied alert. So if they reply to any of these options, then the user gets a text message that says, this person replied to you, this was the message, and here's their information. So you will get that as a text message. If you've got the phone system set up, you will also get an email to let you know that they responded. And if there is no assigned user, then it'll send it to anybody, right? Anybody will get this one. And then it will set customer replied alert to off. It'll wait 2 hours and then it will turn it back to on. And that just allows another trigger event to happen to remind you to follow up, right? Sorry, let's publish and save. Then we're moving into database reactivation. So currently in the database reactivation, what happens is, remember the 90-day stale lead automation where it just sends a very basic, "Hi, are you still interested?" Now, we also can add them, and this is kind of the next level, we can add them to a database reactivation. And this is actually a 9-word email. So I've already done it. I just put it in another workflow. So this says, quick question, insert name. "Hi, this is Marika." We probably can get rid of that. "For a limited time, we're offering," and this will be a link to a lead magnet. Now, in your custom values, you have this custom value offer link and then the name of the re-engagement offer. So if we look back here, at the moment, Marika only has one funnel, one offer. But remember, it was 90 plus days ago. So if we go into the custom values and we go into the lead magnet funnel, you will see here the database reactivation link, which currently takes you to the checklist. And we currently are calling the reactivation offer the Elevate Everyday Checklist, Daily Habits for a Fulfilled Life. So that information gets included in this email. Now, if you want to change that at any time, you just have to do it in custom values. So once that is sent, a text message does the same thing. And I'm just getting rid of that because your business name is your name. And then it sends a link to opt in. Or no, sorry, it says, "Are you interested?" Waiting for them to reply to the text message, because what are we trying to do here? We're trying to get them to reply, which moves them from the stale lead, right, or the just new lead, to engaged, right, because they're now replying. Wait a day. Then we send them, again, another text message, and we send an email. And again, it has in here the name of the offer and asking them to reply, right? So again, we're trying to get them to reply and re-engage with us and not just ignore us. All right. So that, again, is all good to go because I set that up in custom values before, and we're just going to turn this on. Now, finally, inbound mix call text back. This is bloody awesome. Now, this is more for those businesses who people might be ringing around trying to get a quote from somebody. So a lot of service-based businesses, say where somebody might be looking for a roofer or an electrician, or, you know, getting into the doctors, or getting their eyebrows or nails done. The thing is if they're ringing and they're ringing you and then the next competitor, what will happen if you don't pick up? They're going to ring the next person on their list, right? So if they ring and we don't pick up, the call gets cancelled, we're currently on a call and it's busy, or they go to voicemail, then an internal notification is sent to you that says they tried to call you on the CRM phone number, right? The one attached to OmniSAM. We have sent them a missed call text back. Make sure you call them. So on your phone, on the text message will be the number. You can just click to call. No going searching for the contact phone number. Then also wait 1 minute, and this is what they get. Sorry, I missed your call. What can I help you with? So if you're on a call or you couldn't get to your phone straight away, by them getting an instant text message, rather than calling the next person, they're going to reply to you. And that'll give you time to call them. You know, if you're doing your job well, while they're writing your text, you're probably already dialing the number. But this can save and has saved businesses many lost dollars because they've cut them off from ringing the next competitor. All right, so that is the missed call text back. I will turn it on, but it will not work unless you have a phone number connected to OmniSAM. Depending on what plan you're on, there is an additional fee for that. All right, that's it. Oh no, there's one more. Birthdays and holidays. So here inside, we have created, and this is similar to the long-term nurture. When a new lead is created, we set all of these event dates. Okay? They're just dates with any year because these are all things that always fall on the same date every year. So I wouldn't put in, for example, Easter because it always falls on different dates. If you want to have an automated Easter nurture, you will need a reminder set up for you that after Easter, go put in next year's Easter dates so it works. So everything in here are set dates every year. I'm going to turn that on. Now again, if this is your first time turning it on and you have leads, you will need to manually add them to the automation like I showed you for the long-term nurture. Now for the birthday, this one triggers birthday. So when the birthday trigger workflow goes, here it sends an email. Now, we have just made very generic emails here for you. Happy birthday, and Marika's just one name. You know what? Actually, for her, we might put in signature, user, signature. If you want it to be different, Marika, or you want to add a gift or a code or something to the birthday email, you'll need to edit that. And this one just says happy birthday. We can insert contacts name. And again, if you want to add a gift of some sort to the text message or a link to something free, by all means, you can do that. But I'll turn it on so it's done. And if you want to do it yourself, Marika, you go back in there. Now you'll see each of these as well. They're all, like this one gets triggered when the date field, new year, is triggered. And I believe it's any year after, yeah, I'm believing it is, day is, yeah, no, none of that. No, that's all set to go. So that'll trigger. And again, we've created, well, I designed a little Happy New Year animation, right? And then the name of your business here. So these ones are a bit more prettier because I spent a bit of time on these the other week making some animated images. But again, if you want them on, you can go in or change them. You can go in. If you're in Australia, you may not want to turn this one on. I know that Marika is in Australia, so I made this cool little animated Australia Day graphic for you. And we're going to turn that on. Next is Valentine's Day. So you'll see in the Valentine's Day email, again, no, I didn't make a new one for that one, but it's a basic one. Actually, I do have a better Valentine's Day one I thought I made. Let's see if it's in there. Oh, no, I've got to log in. Marika, if you want to change it, you can. It still looks okay though. And I'm going to turn that on. Oops, wait for it to save. Then happy St. Paddy's Day. Again, always on the same year with this one. A nice little Paddy's Day one here, and save. And turn that on. Then we have Anzac Day. Now, I know Marika's in Australia, so she's going to want a nice, pretty little animated, we will remember, soft, gentle little email there, and we'll turn that on. And April Fools. Oh, it's always on the 1st. Happy April Fools. Turn that on. Now, if you've got more than what is here, so Marika's not in Canada, so we don't need to turn that on unless you want me to. 4th of July is not something that Australia celebrates. We do Halloween. So I'll just...
I don't want the Halloween, Sally.
You, pardon?
I don't want the Halloween.
You don't want Halloween? Well, we won't turn that one on. Let's put more on a page. And Remembrance Day, the 11th of the 11th of the 11th at 11. Yeah, see, I made that with pretty blowy things in the background. So we'll just publish and turn that on. And Happy Holidays. So I've made it so I'm pretty sure it just says Happy Holidays, not Christmas, so that it celebrates the holiday season. Turn that on. And again, you can come in here if you want to add any customizations, Marika. Boxing Day is another set day. This is a good one. It's just got Happy Boxing Day here, but you might want to come in and add a deal that you put out every Boxing Day, or a discount code that's valid for 48 hours or something like that. Then New Year's Eve, we have countdown, New Year's Eve, and it fills in the year here for you. So every year it changes there. And again, you can change that. You could add an offer to it, whatever you like. So they're all of the automated holidays. There we go. That is all of the workflows and automations done. So there's a few little checkboxes for you to go through, Marika, but mostly it's all done. Now, just because we keep talking about the opportunity pipeline, I'm not sure if I did show it to you, but I will show it to you now. This is where your new leads will fall into now when anyone joins anything. If they reply to an email or a text or any other media, DMs, those sorts of things, your goal for everybody in here is to get them to one of these sales call bookings, right? To book this one, book the intro call, which for you is called the discovery call. So if we just want to customize the name of this for you, we can come in here and this is called discovery. Let me just change those names. But everything else is linked and automated. You should be in here every day in here, making sure you're trying to get everybody who's here into a call, anybody who's in negotiations to close, anybody whose invoices are out and not yet paid to close, and then anyone in here, well, you would then move them into your onboarding pipeline, and you can create additional opportunity pipelines. Like again, we have one for onboarding, which will look very different to your onboarding. But this is the lead to sales. Beyond that, it is onboarding, right? And that's it. All done, Marika. Everything that we needed to do is done, except for your little updates on the emails. But everything else is done, 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 done. All right, Marika, what do you think? I can't bring you on screen, but you can at least talk. Now, I'm going to turn off the camera and I'm just going to say, hi, hello, I'm back. I'm still going to live up in this top screen because it's been a busy morning and I haven't brushed my hair yet, so I'm going to stay little. Marika, your business in a box is done and usable. How do you feel?
I feel relieved. I feel grateful. I really honor your virtue of patience and knowledge. What you've done for these 10 hours or so, or even more, it will take me a whole year, and I'm still not quite there.
Yeah, I know. Because I see people who come in and they're like, I can do it myself. And then they come back in 3 or 4 months' time and they're like, I couldn't do it and I'm still trying to do it. And I'm like, I could have smashed that out in a week for you.
Yes. Not only you could, but you really did. And for me, Maya, is the reminder that keep learning, keep coming back so I don't forget.
Yeah.
And just keep rewatching the videos and keep playing with the technology, because it's something I can develop as a muscle. And what I loved about the whole thing is how you actually mentioned a few times that yes, everything is automated, but we need our human heart in this. And especially the follow-up email, not to just write it generic for everybody the same, but to do the research, to get to know them, and to talk to that person according to their needs and whatever they do in life, and then reach out, and so they can see that it is somebody different. And as for OmniSAM, what I loved about that is the last bit, the holidays. I never received from anybody email like that before.
Oh, there you go.
I did not know that such thing does exist. And to nurture my people, my audience like this, I think it's really giving them a human touch and telling them they are important, because everybody in this world just wants to be seen, heard, and made important and valued.
Yeah. Oh, thank
really
you.
made me feel special, and you made me feel that I do matter. And
Wow. Yes. And now your people are going to get lots of love from that automation. And, next is a couple of little tweaks here and set yourself reminders every month to get in and fix those little monthly emails. But that's about it. Marketing and sales. Let's get you in front of more beautiful humans that you can help. All right, Karen. Yeah, for sure. Go for it.
What I would like to add that my heart right now, I know I am always like romantic, but I do love you, and my heart right now is saying this is what I call a ripple effect. So you had done this for me, but that puts me into the position of true gratitude, and I will be able to make a ripple effect because you had done this. So this is like a domino.
Oh, you're very welcome. I just love helping you guys, right? Now, Karen, you've been to most of these. Have you done all 4 sessions that's been recorded over the last 2 weeks, or at least gone back and watched the replays?
I've been in a couple of them, and obviously I set up my business in the box. There were a few changes. So yes, I've been following them. I've got one to catch up.
Awesome. So what's your big key takeaway? What did you get from today?
From today, I think the key there is with those automations is that personalizing the emails. I have gone back in and done a few of them. But all my nurturing ones are all done. Thank you. And I know you put into a great system because I have 2 different types of clients and I'm getting fairly good feedback from that. One of the things I am hearing and something I desperately need to do is now link something within those emails to start getting sales and to start getting some movement because
Yeah.
it's great I'm doing all this stuff, but what I do need to do is start getting the right links in for them to actually purchase something.
Yes, yes. So what you want to start looking at is building a marketing funnel because you need to be growing your list. Once the funnel is built, you are going to need to put people in front of it, right? So you need to decide how are you going to get in front of new eyes. Then you run a sales promotion. So there are a variety of different ways to run a sales promotion, and you need to choose a method. Now, we can create an email sequence that could potentially bring you a few sales. You will get more in the niche you're in by actually getting them on an appointment. Okay? That's what you should be more focused on rather than trying to get them by from an email. Because when you can get them onto a call, you can sell them into exactly the program they need. What is your offer? Can you remind me what is your offer?
Yes. Okay, so I've got a couple of things. My offer is I actually do a webinar or I do face-to-face
Mm-hmm.
or else I can do coaching. So I can do one-on-one coaching or group.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the 4 different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I've now got a very mini course about how to reduce meltdowns
Mm-hmm.
and support child behavior. So that is almost going to be $29 and it should be of value and it's something they're asking for. I'm looking at doing the, the emotions and the mindset and all that. But listening to what you told me to do, I went and did all that digging and mining into what they
Yeah.
said. They want to know how to deal with meltdowns and emotions.
Yeah.
So that's my little mini course that
Yeah.
I'm just about finished. And that's
All right.
what I want to try and get that sales funnel to.
Yeah. All right. So there's 2 things we can do with that course. Now, how much did you say you were going to put on it? $29. All right. So the first option will be in your free lead magnet funnel that you have on the thank you page, instead of the option to book a call, you can put the tripwire, the $29 offer on the thank you page, because that thank you page you asking them to give up a little bit of time or a little bit of money. So the call is time, but the money is a tripwire, which is anywhere between $1 up to about $47, because at that price range, they don't really need to ask permission to buy, right? So that's one place that you could put that offer. It will be more successful if whatever the freebie is on the front end, the course feels like the next logical step. Like now I've, said I'm interested in this PDF or whatever it is. Why don't you buy this mini course for $29 and take that lead magnet to the next level? Okay. So that's one option, is to create a funnel. We generally would call this type of funnel a self-liquidating offer. The goal would be with that funnel is that you're making enough sales that you break even on your marketing expense. It's going to be very hard for you to make a lot of money selling a $29 thing. What you want to sell is your high ticket. So that mini course is just the first step towards you, and it should not be where you spend all your time and focus on unless you've already hit your income goals and you're just adding and trying to get a self-liquidating offer to pay for the leads, right? If you're going to choose where to spend your time, it'd be more on trying to get high ticket, because how much do you sell, your time for, or your one-on-ones or programs for, if they're working with you and not in a course?
So it's $100
an hour. All right. Well, we need to talk about that, because medium industry standard for what you do is $250 an hour. So you're undercharging for your service that the industry medium is $250. Okay. But again, you say you want to make $250, you've got to sell 9 $29 programs or one $250 hour. It's much harder to sell 9 than it is to sell one $250. Yeah. And generally if they're doing one, they will probably buy 8 weeks, right? So that usually most, good work will happen over the course of about sort of 6 to 8 sessions. So 250 times 8, it's $2,000. So you sell your one-on-one as a bundle rather than one session, right? And normally you charge $250, and then maybe they get 10 sessions for $2,000. Sure, it's less, but you're getting the money up front, or they pay $250 a session and they save money if they buy all the sessions together. Now, you are still selling your time. However, again, if you want to make $2,000, you've got to sell 68 $29 offers. Now, if you're converting at 5%, how many hundreds of people do you have to get through to get 68 sales at a 5% conversion rate? A lot. So we need to be strategic about where you spend your time to get you to your income goals. So it's good that you've got it, but we definitely need to add it in. It could also be your reactivation offer.
Yeah, that's what I think, Sally. I'm just wanting to get, I've got a company that used to work for that is, I've got all my coaching sessions through them and my webinars. I need to get a bigger audience. And
marketing, yeah.
So the key here is and I did my Facebook ad. I did a 5-day challenge over the weekend and a Facebook ad, and panicked like anything because I've got all these funny bot messages saying that they're going to close my account or freeze my account, and all that. So I must admit that was that didn't help much, but
All right.
I need to have something that I look at how to do a proper Facebook ad. And then link.
All right. Well, let's just go dark on the live stream, because everybody's been here for the build. We'll continue this conversation in the elite room. We can, because I'm still here with you guys. It doesn't appear that, maybe because I kept doing the business in a box, that the copywriting sales page stuff that I wanted to go through is going to happen. However, I will ensure that the sales page stuff is done, because we have the GSD Encore this Friday for those wanting to build a course with me, and I will be going through the sales page on Friday during the GSD, but I will be filming that so it can be edited. Okay, so but I can show you when we go dark. So I'm just going to wrap up here for everybody out on the live stream and say thank you so much for joining us. This was the final this was the final Business in a Box build. with the new process using our 7 stages of the customer's life cycle. As you can see, there's a few areas I am going to improve upon as I redo this. If you want to and you are using the software and you want to attend and watch this redone again next Thursday, I'm in from 8 till 3, doing it again and hopefully getting it all into one session ready to chop up for those people who want to do it themselves. And then what else is happening? If you would like to try the software, see if it's a good fit for you, you can head to omnisam.com.au/store and you can get yourself a 14-day free trial. That will also allow you to have a call with me and I can give you a little bit of an audit of your business to see areas where you could potentially be automating and where you may have holes that you can fill to make sure we're constantly automating and nurturing those beautiful humans on your list. All right. Bye-bye. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. Everybody else here in the elites, hang in because we're going to go dark and I will continue answering your questions. Bye for now. And where's my button? Here.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art.